Hey, what is going on to all of my Geminis out there? How are you doing? So let's shuffle these cards up real quick, give you your reading. You okay? Okay. Shuffle these cards up. So you have the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Sun, the Four of Swords, the Judgment, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. So what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing how a lot of you need to understand that what you've got going on is I'm seeing how a lot of you need to understand that uh, the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the King of Pentacles, right? They're all about like getting over some sort of heartbreak. The Nine of Swords is about this worry that some of you Geminis may have, that you may never actually break that cycle of heartbreak, even though you can. All it is that you need to do, well, I should say the first step for you to break that level of heartbreak and to actually move forward from this past person, because you're not with this person physically anymore, but you're still very much so thinking about them, and thinking about all the different ways that things could have potentially worked out for you and why didn't it work out. And the thing is that the eight of I said Nine of Swords, excuse me, the Eight of Swords and the King of Pentacles represents, again, you can have the things that you want as far as without them. So you can have the life that you want. They don't have to be included in that. It's just that for you, the Three of Swords is about first and foremost learning how to actually deal with the heartbreak. You Geminis are still not doing that. You're still thinking about what has transpired or what has happened, but you have not learned to actually get over it. The Eight of Swords is about, yes, this is going to require some form of work on your part. You have to actually learn to deal with what transpired, as in the relationship and the breakup, and learn to accept that by accepting what happened, accepting your situation. Okay. Now, a lot of people going to get caught up with ego and all this other type of stuff. That's cool. For the Geminis who don't want to listen to this, perfectly fine. I'm not knocking y'all. I'm not chastising y'all, because at the end of the day, you don't have to listen to anything that I'm saying. I'm just letting y'all know, if you do it the egocentric way, it's going to cause a lot more difficulties. If you do it this way, at least it'll be temporary, right? You're still going to go through it either way. It's just that one way is long term, the other way is short term. And after you've accepted it, the King of Pentacles now is for you to start understanding, what value do you have? Okay. What value do you have? Because the Eight of Swords, the eight cards are about facing, the eight cards are about facing reality, the need to face it, the priority to face it. So since you have the Eight of Swords and the King of Pentacles, it's about facing reality in a way where it works for you. People are very much so caught up with acting like they don't understand what reality is. And they don't seem to understand that reality is not meant to be manipulated. You can't manipulate reality that way. You can manipulate reality, but you can't manipulate reality in that way by deluding yourself. That's not how you do it. Okay. There's a technique on how you do it. But acting like you can manipulate it by ignoring it, right? It's not going to work. Probably it'll make it worse, actually. But so once you find out, right, now that you're not in this relationship anymore, and you accept the fact that you're not in this relationship more, and you find out what your value is, the Sun and the Four of Swords represents, now you can begin to date other people and get to know them. However, these two cards are showing me that, unfortunately, you're not near doing that. You're not near qualified to be dating anybody right now. Not because I'm saying so, but because what I'm seeing here, you at least have to take at least a month off. Because the sun is a major arcana, which means that this breakup was probably a big thing. This was probably, huge, um, a huge event that you thought were going to bring you results, the results that you say that you wanted, and that it didn't. So this is about now, you're not near that. You need to take an entire month off because it takes 3 weeks to create a new habit, 1 week to break one, an old habit. Okay, 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 weeks is a month. So the Four of Swords now represents take the time to rest as well. Okay, the Sun and the Four of Swords. This is where I'm getting my answer that you're not anywhere near trying to date. If you've been serial dating, if you've been dating a lot, cut it out because you're not ready for that as of right now. And the cards are saying it, right? And I'm saying it before I even clarify what they mean or talk about them. The Judgment and the Ace of Pentacles, right? However, right? The Judgment is about how, since this is the case, the next thing after that, right, would be taking, like I said, taking the time off to create that judgment moment. See, the judgment is actually the judgment, whether it is that people know it or not, is actually about creating endings. So, like for instance, like when they talk about Judgment Day and stuff like this, right? About the apocalypse and Judgment Day. That's what the judgment is referring to, right? It represents when you making a decision that okay, you're gonna start today, you're going to take action today, right? The day that you finally get over it, that's what the judgment day is, right? But it's saying that if you decide to continue to date, then your dating life will be over for a very long time. Why? Because you will be very dysfunctional trying to be in relationships and stuff like this, and you will bring a lot of dysfunctionality into relationships because you haven't gotten over this person. You don't even know who you are. You don't even know about what value you even bring, right? And that's a telltale sign of what a lot of people got in the dating pool now. The people the people who talk the loudest are usually the people who don't really have anything of substance to bring. So you don't, obviously, you Geminis are smart enough to understand that y'all shouldn't want to be these type of people where you're talking about to a person, I am not going to do this, I am not going to do that, and that's supposed to be attractive, right? You're going to come out here and tell somebody, finger wagging, I'm not going to do this, I respect myself too much. But were you respecting yourself when you, when you did this thing that would be otherwise embarrassing? And it's not that it's embarrassing. What it is that you have different prices for different people, and that's the problem. But if you put yourself in that situation, it'll look like your prices are inconsistent. And what I mean when I say your prices, I mean that the way you date people would be inconsistent. I'm not saying that you have to do the same exact thing. That's not what I'm saying. You're supposed to grow. But what I mean when I say is that it'll look like you're delusional because you don't know, because with the person that you claim that you like, and we're going to go over this, I like this stuff. We're going to go over game in the next couple of videos after I finish this batch, because a lot of people think that being manipulative is cute, and people don't. Let's go over. I'm going to make that video. By the time I'm done, if people still want to do it, then it's proof that you're too far gone. Like you're too far gone. And it'll prove my point. But so the Ace of Pentacles now represents, you have to understand what your value is and then amplify value for you so you can become more dateable. Let me just fix that problem. You have to amplify that value that you find, if you find anything, or if you don't have anything that you can bring to the table, it's time to find some form of value. What can you Geminis do? Because the worst thing in the world for you to do is to play games, talk nonsense, and you don't have value, but you talking like you do. That's the worst thing in the dating pool that for you to do. And unfortunately, that's what most people are doing. So if you're finding value within this reading, then it means it's time for you to come get a personal reading from me. There is a link in the comment section called the link tree. Click on it. It'll redirect you to my website, which has my uh, email address, just in case if you need help with anything, right? Any kind of directory. My uh, my clothing store for private tarot readings. It'll say private tarot readings, which is my website. If you my books that are on Amazon, go and pick up those. I really appreciate it if you would. I am available to do private tarot readings today, of course. Whenever it is that you pay me is whenever it is, I'll go ahead and give you your reading immediately afterwards. Because I don't like to, stall that out, right? And get in while the getting's good. I'll have to say that because when I grow, the more I grow is the more busy I'm gonna get. And y'all know I don't play about that. Y'all know I'm not running game. Because think about it. If I get to 100,000 subscribers, think about how many customers I'm gonna have. So with these people, right, a lot of people are gonna come to me. So you really want to get in now and get your own private tarot readings before I really start getting busy and I got 100 orders. You know what I mean? And you're put on a waiting list. So the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Wands now represents, as a result of this, the Eight of Wands, right? The Eight of Wands and the Ten of Wands speaks to how a lot of you need to understand that the next work for you to do, right? Knight of Cups, the next piece of work for you to do is to find a talent, understand your own value, understand what type of a relationship do you want and who can share that same relationship values with you. See, a lot of times people get themselves in relationships with people who don't share the same thing, even in a relationship. They want a family, you don't want to have little ones, but they want a family. So now who wins? Both of you lose, right? And then you have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is, and forget about anybody that you don't share any kind of relationship values with. So, all right. So, let's clarify the Knight of Cups. I do that little humming because I'm enjoying myself. But you have the Knight of Cups. To clarify the Knight of Cups, the Empress, Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. So to clarify the Knight of Cups. So again, the Empress in this tarot deck is about understanding what you should walk away from. First and foremost, like I said before, you have to some of you may have to create your value, some of you may have to build on your value, right? Do that. Whichever one you are, do that first before you dump somebody. Because when someone isn't offering you very much value or no value at all, you will know which ones to let go of. The Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, okay? And don't go back to those people and don't ask yourself or go back and forth, right? With the Gemini mind, going back and forth. You know the people who you don't need to be in relationships with, so therefore get away from them or don't and continue to be in that situation. I mean, because at the end of the day, people go, these are grown folks, what I'm talking about here. People go do whatever it is that they want to do at the end of the day. I'm just helping you to cut free from the nonsense. Listen to it, don't listen to it, but you're missing out if you don't at the very least consider it. I'm not saying that you have to do everything, but what I am saying is just consider it. And if it makes sense, go on ahead. Then you have the nine of Pentacles. And the nine of Pentacles is that, again, you should be preoccupied with your own value, right? The Pentacles and what you've got going on. The bird, right? Paying attention to your own surroundings, what you've got going on. Why? Because some people don't even, a lot of people in the dating pool don't even know what do they bring to the table. And as a matter of fact, you know what? As a matter of fact, I may put up a video in the comment section showing and proving what it is that I'm talking about. How a lot of people do not know what they like. They don't know what their hobbies are, and it's like, but they may have some of these demands. And it's like, listen, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm just telling you like it is. That's how a lot of people in the dating pool are. So to clarify the Ten of Wands, the Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles. So the Eight of Cups are, the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Swords. To clarify the Ten of Wands, right? This is about how they don't know who they are. They don't know who they are either. But when you make that delineation, Gemini, between who you are, what you bring to the table. See, a lot of people don't know who they are and what they bring to the table at all. Me, I don't care how many people are upset because I know who I am and I know what I bring to the table. But then you'll have people who try to downplay it. Okay, it's cool. Don't really care. I'll just go overseas because I meant what I said. But the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Swords, right, is about, so when people are coming at you like that, you don't have to listen to what they have to say. The Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles is about, you can continue to move forward without listening to their delusion because you know it's fake. You know who you are, therefore you know your value. See, a lot of people talk this know your value crap and they don't even know what it means. But don't worry about it. I'm gonna make a video talking about that soon enough. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. As of right now, we have 4,800 subscribers. Smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop videos like this. Love y'all.